guys. Today we're gonna make dream catchers. So I realized when I was making this, I know what a dream catcher is. I had one hanging in my room my entire childhood. But then I said dream catcher to my son and he didn't know what I was talking about. So let me tell you what dream catchers are. I mean, this is a dream catcher. But dream catchers were like a Native American symbol originally. And the idea was they would hang these above beds or children's cribs. And they believed that dreams, all dreams, good and bad dreams, fill the air at night. So the dream catcher was supposed to act kind of like a spider's web, and it would catch all the bad dreams drifting through the air, and it would only let the good dreams come through. So I know when I was a kid, I had one hanging next to my bed all the time. So I wanted to make a dream catcher. So let's get started, and then you guys can hang these in your rooms for good dreams. To make your dream catchers, you're going to need the following items from your bag. You're going to have a paper plate that has holes punched into it. You're going to have 15 beads, 3 different colors of yarn, and 3 feathers. Colors will vary. You'll need scissors, and you may or may not need glue. Depends on how your beads feel like sticking. A little bit of glue could be helpful. But your first step is to cut your paper plate. You're going to jab your scissors into the middle and just cut out and around into a circle. Basically right along where the bottom of the ridges are. You're just gonna cut a big circle and take the whole center out of the plate. Once you do that, you're going to be left with the outside ring of the plate with the holes in it. You wanna find a lineup of holes that goes directly across. You're gonna have a top hole and a bottom hole, and then 2 holes on the side. You're gonna want 3 holes across the bottom. Those are the 3 holes that your yarns are going to go into. So you're going to pick your first yarn and weave it through, starting on one of the bottom 3 holes. You're gonna weave it all around the plate. Start by pulling it through and leaving just enough excess, about that much, that you're gonna hang your beads and your feathers from. Then you're gonna weave it, the rest of it, through the plate. I'm going to do like a star kind of pattern. That's what I'm gonna try to do with my first one. You guys do not have to follow the same pattern as me. You can weave your yarn through however you want. I'm gonna weave it back down to make my star, and then I'm going to bring it up into the top hole, and I will use this same color to go through the top hole and use the string on top as a string to hang it from. I will just knot a loop into the top so that I can hang it from a string once it's all done. And then I'll just cut off the extra string. So my first string through looks like this. I've got extra on the bottom, and I made a loop at the top. You can do the top loop with any of the 3 strings. You don't need to do it with the first one. You don't need to make a star. Remember, you can make it however you want. I'm going to use my second color, and I'll start that one on this hole in the middle, I guess. Do the same thing where you pull it through most of the way, leaving a bit at the bottom to put beads and stuff on. If it helps you, you can also just make a simple little one knot. Don't double knot it or anything crazy. Just give it a little knot that you can untie later, but then that gives you a little point so that you're not yanking it out while you're doing this. So then when you finish your second string, you're going to flip your plate over to the back and just tie a knot and close off that string. You're going to want to double knot that one so it stays. And then cut off the extra string. Take your third color, string it through the bottom of the three. String it through the third of the bottom hole. Bottom three hole. Put it through the plate. In the third spot. Get it through. So the bottom of your plate is gonna have the 3 strings hanging from them. You can give that a little knot just to hold it in place until we get to that part. And then string it through in another pattern, just going through the plate. Make sure by the end of it, all of your holes are filled in. When you reach the end of your third string, wherever you want the end to be, knot it off, pull your plate over to the back, flip it upside down, and tie it back behind so that you don't see the knot. So what you're left with is going to look like this. It's going to have the 3 strings hanging from it and the handle string up top. Okay, now we're going to come down and work on these 3 strings. If you want to leave them knotted off at the bottom, you can. It really doesn't make a difference whether it's free hanging or knotted. It's up to you however you want it to look. Take your 15 beads. I like the look of 5 beads on each string. A set of 1, a set of 3, and 1. You can make yours look however you want. You don't need to use all 15. You can use all 15. I'm just going to do it the way I like. You can do it the way you like. I have 5 beads on each string now. Decide how long you want your strand and where you want your beads to be located. And then tie a knot around the bottom bead. Give it a little double knot to lock it into place and snip off the extra. Now, the glue comes in handy. Sometimes the yarn will hold the beads well enough. Other times you might want to add just a little dab of glue. Just like in where the bead is on the string, just to help hold the beads in place if you want the beads to stay in a certain spot. Like I said, I like the look of 1 bead, 3 beads, 1 bead. I want my middle strand to be longer than my side strands. So I'm going to make that one come down further. See how on mine these all fell to the bottom? Except the red, it kind of held it. So what you can do, like I said, is take the glue and just put a tiny dab of glue. Just a tiny dab of glue in where the string is on the bead and let them dry like that. While that's sitting to dry and it has the glue still wet, you can just stick your feathers in where you want them to go and they'll dry in with the beads. Let that sit until it's completely dry. And that is how you make a dream catcher.